So, I want to talk about this concept of the future will take care of itself, or like you will get what you need in the moment that you need it. And I always have hated that thought because the control and anxiety that brings up is ridiculous, right? And that may be for some of you as well. Like, what do you mean I got to wait until the last minute? And that just really takes trust from God and the universe. But here is why this came to mind, of course, in the middle of the night, right? If you know, you know. But I had literally within probably the same hour, I was like, you know what? I really feel like I should be going all in on all my gifts or my business. And I'm just trying to give examples because maybe this is you too. And it's like this whole concept of, oh, go all in, go all in, go all in, and kind of just feeling like I didn't want to work the job I've been working. It's like I keep always getting this feeling like when I get just enough money, like maybe to cover rent or barely, I just feel like this shift and like, okay, now you don't want to do this forever. I need you to go all in. And maybe the reason why this thing is not growing is because you're not fully trusting or going all in on this thing. You're still halfway in, halfway out. You're doing this and that. And I'm still battling between like, is that the right thing to think? Do we really have to go all in? Can we not do both? And it's like, at what capacity? I mean, I guess right now I'm giving 50-50, but like I'm still making time for both. Anyway, so this concept of going all in, but then feeling like, but I'm trying to like take care of my finances and kind of get out of some debt. And it's like, I just keep feeling like I get pulled to not worry about it. Just pulled to really just say, okay, whatever. Like, I'm sure it'll be fine. I need to work on my business or whatever. That keeps happening almost every month. And it's like, yikes. Okay. But with that, let me just read what I wrote down. So a notification came through on my phone. This was like 2 a.m. in the morning. Well, the notification didn't come in, but that's when I woke up and I saw it. And at first I read, it said review changes made on your card. And at first I thought, oh, somebody hacked my card. And I was like, oh my God, no, I don't need nobody hacking my card right now because I'm already in debt. And like, please no. But then like my eyes cleared up and it was like, oh, review changes. And so let me just read everything I wrote because it makes more sense when I wrote it down. It says review charges was changes at the same moment I was feeling like I was being guided to go all in on something that's currently making me zero money and phasing out the stable option. So what I'm saying is like I felt like I was being guided to do something that right now was not profitable, and kind of phasing out of the stable option, which feels really crazy, right? But the message was the changes to my account was that I got a line of increase on my credit. Now, say what you will. I don't love it because we know the credit card companies want to keep you in debt and they just want to make money off your interest. So it's like in practical terms, this is not a good thing. But in spiritual terms and in just like actual terms, like thank God, because I think I needed this at least an extra 2,000 just in case I like fall off again. Like, okay, technically I won't get kicked out of where I live. Thank God. And so it's like, okay, you got another line of increase. And it literally feels like it comes right on time because I was right at the edge of the max, which is why I was like, no, I have to keep working. I cannot, this is not the time for me to be going all in on anything but these bills. Right. And so I was like, okay, well, I got another line of increase, low key, thank goodness. And it's like, well, dang, that's God right there. And I'm going to have another video right after this one because it's kind of related, but I wanted to keep it separate. But the next thing I wrote was God buys you time. And I was like, don't be nervous about digging a hole. Trust that it will be able to be paid in full at the appointed time. So right now, the feeling of, okay, a line of increase on your credit, which means like there's like, let's say you have a limit of $5,000. And sometimes when you get kind of close to it or you still have good payment history, the credit card will say, okay, well, now I'm going to give you $3,000. So now you can spend up to $8,000 or something like that, right? And it's like, well, it seems like, because it was literally in the same breath of talking about, I need to go all in on this other thing, and I'm nervous, and you keep pulling me away from my actual job, and you keep making me feel like I need to go all in on this thing. And it's like, well, at that moment, that is when I needed to increase, because I don't be asking for it. It just be coming. Like, I'm not inquiring about a line of increase, because that's not something I want to do for real. But God's like, I'm gonna buy you some more time. And I don't know why I looked at it as a negative when it was a positive, especially when you got to trust, or for me, especially when I can trust that, hey, I know it's looking scary right now, and I know it feels like you're going into more debt, but don't you know how big God is and how big the universe is? And maybe they see something beyond what you see, and maybe it's probably more right than wrong, right? There might be a time where you get paid $10,000 all at once. You win the lottery, and suddenly all that time you've saved because, you use your credit card a lot. It's like, I'm going to restore all that like in 2 seconds, and it won't be what you think it'll be. Because right now I'm looking at this like every time I get behind, that's hours upon hours upon hours that I have to make that up. But it's like, God's like, hey, no, I'm relieving you right now. And then in the future, I'm also going to relieve you 10 times over. Like, you ain't going to have to worry about it. It's going to be cleared. What if that was the actual answer? Go ahead and run up the check. That sounds very naive and stupid to do. However, I'm just gonna have to trust that that's the plan because I don't want to pay this back. And it just, I don't know. Just trying to be real with y'all. So I was like, well, don't be nervous about digging a hole. Trust that it will be able to be paid in full at the appointed time. Your stress has been relieved at this present moment. And then really, they say the present moment is all you have. The past don't exist and the future is made up, right? And so I always kind of like to dig between the spiritual and the practical and the metaphysical and talk about like the law of attraction and all these things, because it's all the same to me, and I really just like going in and out of it. So I hope that's fine with you. But if not, oh well. But it's like, okay, well, worry about the present moment. Right now, you just got a line of increase, and that relieves your stress for at least the next 30 days, amen, right? It's like, okay, I got to thank you for it. The future will take care of itself. And if that looks like, hey, you get a random opportunity, you get an investment, you get a brand deal, you get a collaboration that pays you $10,000 for you to, do what you already do, and it takes you 5 minutes. How about you open your mind and think bigger and let that be an option for you, instead of you automatically thinking that I'm going to have to pay this back. It's going to take me 7 months to get myself out of this hole. Like, God, it's not going to make you get yourself out of the hole if he gave you the opportunity, or is he? I don't know. Look, I'm not here to tell nobody what your God do, but I'm going to sit here and say, look, he knows I needed relief right now. And he knows all the future opportunities that I will be given. And so I don't think I will be put in a negative position, even if it feels scary right now and it's feeling overwhelming right now. I have faith that God and the universe will be providing me a way out, a way out, right? Honor the call and watch the safety nets appear. So let's say you get this opportunity to be relieved for the moment. Like in the present moment, you get this gift, and you could either look at it as like a potential negative, or you can look at it like a right now positive, because in reality, it's a right now positive. So take advantage of the right now positive. I hope this is making sense. And trust that, like, when you choose to look at it as a right now positive, your vibration is higher. You're not worried. You're actually doing what you love. You're actually going all in on this other thing for at least 14 days until reality kicks in and you get scared again. It's like, oh, wait a minute. What am I doing? I got to pay these bills. That's just real talk, right? But at least for the moment, you can like relax your energy. Your nervous system can feel a little bit safe. You can feel like, oh, it's the holiday season. Okay, let me spend a little bit on something I need for my business or need for this thing that I want to go all in it. Let's spend it. Let's spend it. And when you can honor that, instead of having this negative program running in the back of our heads, like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to pay this back. I can't spend anything. I gotta keep myself budgeting and locked down. And you're not trusting that God will bring you better and faster and restore all the things that you quote unquote lost, and restore the time and give it to you easier and better and faster. than what you thought you would have to pay back. No, God paid it because that's why he gave it to you. You just got it early. I don't know. That's the Lulu. It's the Lulu we're going to have to go with, right? And I said, honor the call and watch the safety nets appear. So look, if I go all in on what I'm doing and literally have to put more payments on the credit card, and it's time for me to come face this again, I guess the next safety net would be another line of increase now, won't it? I think this sounds like bad advice. Be practical and understand what I'm trying to say. And this does not apply for everybody, because this barely feels like it applies to me, because I feel stupid saying it. But I have to say what's in my heart, and what I feel like is the message. The message is, despite my personal example, because I don't want you to say like that I'm telling anybody to be financially irresponsible. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I don't want us to look at relief in the present moment as like a bait and switch, or like a false positive, where something that is supposed to relieve you in this moment, you're taking it and spinning it into the negative worst thing. Because what it means is like, hey, I'm giving you, let's say somebody actually like in real life gives you $500 and they're saying, hey, this is a gift. Don't worry about paying it back. You don't have to worry about it at all. Like, trust me, it's a gift. That's kind of like God saying that it's a gift. You don't got to worry about paying it back. But like, let's say in your mind, you're looking at it as, I won't even make it even bigger. Let's say $5,000. And you're looking at it as like, oh my gosh, this is such a relief. But in the same breath and the same thought, you're like, oh, but I'm going to have to pay this back. They're always going to be expecting me to pay them back somehow. Oh, but I'm just going to be right back in the same position in 2 months. So what is this really doing? It's not really helping me in the long term. It might be helping me now. And all these negative thoughts. And it's like, oh my gosh, then I got to claim it on my taxes. And then I'm going to have to pay more taxes because I got this $5,000 gift. And it's like, oh my gosh, who said any of that was true? Who said any of that was true? The only true thing is you got $5,000 to relieve you in this moment. And anything in the future is something that you're projecting and it's not real. And how about we practice projecting a positive thought, or like at least a neutral thought? And my positive thought for this particular situation, circumstance is that, okay, I'm relieved right now. I can go more in on my business or my projects without feeling guilty of not actually working on my traditional thing that makes me money. And my positive thought is now going to be, and I'm going to come into an opportunity that's going to pay me double of all my debts. And I'm going to be able to clear my debts in within a week at the perfect time. You know what I mean? At the perfect time, before everything gets overwhelming and I get kicked out or whatever, there's going to be an opportunity that clears everything. But maybe that opportunity is attached to whatever the business is, whatever the gift is, whatever the project is. Which is why you get the okay to do the project. I would never get the debts cleared by working the traditional job. That's for sure. I know that for a fact. Definitely know that. So if I'm going to think that positive thought, then that's even fueling me to keep going on the more creative path. Like, okay, now we're looking for opportunities to where that's possible, to where I can get my debt relieved. Because obviously it's an option. It got to be an option. Anything's an option. Everything's an option. But even the negative is an option. So if you want to go the negative route with your mind, sure, go ahead. But let's try to now switch up how we've been thinking and align ourselves with a different future, because all of them exist. And the future could look like, oh my gosh, as soon as I decided to go all in and I accepted this line of increase, and then, I did this thing for another week, and then literally the week after that, everything exploded. And then my revenue was up to $10,000 in a month, and I got a brand deal, and all my debts were cleared within 2 weeks. Oh my gosh, I would have never done that if I never had that attitude, number one. And I didn't look at it positively, and I didn't look for the opportunity, and I didn't, say, thank you, God, for this blessing right now. And I want more. You have to understand that the way you receive a blessing will let Spirit, God, and the universe know, well, should I give you more, Or is every time I give you a blessing, you're going to take it and turn it negative? Or is your nervous system going to go haywire? Are you going to build up all these negative thoughts? Are you going to spiral out of control, worried about this and worrying about that? If every blessing I give, if every blessing you get is tied to a negative thought, you're not going to get more of that. Or you're just going to be rejecting, or what's the word? Repelling more of the blessings, because why would you get blessings that cause you to go crazy? Okay. So now when I'm looking at a gift of money, a gift of increase, I'm looking at it as, oh my gosh, thank you. I needed that. And I'm thinking positively, like, I don't know what I'm thinking positively, but you can put up your own words and your own thoughts. Like, okay, this is great. This is great. This is great. There's no negative attached to this. I don't have to pay this back. That's just the manifestation law of attraction thing. And your thoughts create your reality. So if you're immediately saying, I'm going to have to spend all this time to pay this back, and, it's going to go, I got to pay these taxes off, and blah, blah, blah. And, oh, they owe me and I owe them, and this is negative. This is actually negative because the interest is now going to be on my bill and blah, blah, blah. And, if that's all that's going to be coming out, that's what you're going to attract more of. So every time you get something related to a blessing like that, you're just going to be creating a reality where that's true. So we're changing our mindset. We're changing our thought process. Hopefully this even belongs on this channel, but I think it does. But anyway, so for me, thank you for this blessing. Thank you for this present moment relief. I'm not worried about what it could mean negatively for the future. I know that if you did it before, you can do it again. If you do it now, you're the same God now that you are yesterday, that you will be tomorrow, and you'll relieve me again. And glory to glory to glory, right? And there's no need to worry about the future because it'll handle itself. Just like I'm handled right now in my present moment. And the present moment is really the only thing that matters. If we can hold on to the vibration of thankfulness and gratitude and like welcoming in the abundance, hopefully, we will attract more. We will attract more. I'm attracting more opportunity. I'm attracting more blessings in the moments that I need them. Maybe even before, because I got this early. This line of increase is not like at the last minute. This is like, okay, I would say it's a week and a half early. And I almost feel like, hey, get yourself a nice little gift during Black Friday. I'm like, sure will. Because I was sure enough budgeting, like, I can only spend $100. Now I'm like, I might pull it up to $150. $250? Spirit said $250. Okay. I might spend $250. And with that energy, I welcome in more. When I can spend it funnily and freely, I'm going to welcome it in more instead of like, I shouldn't be spending this. I don't want to, I can't. I got to save. Like, that energy is not welcoming me in more. It's not, sweetie. It's not. And it's like, you're right. So this time is different than last time, because last time I got an increase, I was like, good. But then I was also like, Now I'm like, nope, good. Thank you. And I welcome in more. I welcome in more relief. I welcome in more opportunity. I welcome in more gifts. I welcome in more abundance. Even if it looks like debt. And we're going to talk about that in the next video, about this debt and our perception of what debt is. And it was going to be interesting because I was just kind of hit with that revelation. So if you've watched and listened, and you're interested, hit that subscribe button, turn those notifications so you know when I post the next video. And if this resonated with you, definitely leave a comment down in the comment section. I would love to hear your thoughts. And anything else? Nope, I don't think so. It's a blessing to be here. Thank you for letting me talk and share. And yep, I'll catch you later.